Shu with a jump hook. Chibatoni open for three. High arcing. Holmes has looked locked in.
Great job.
Opu blows by Brett. Thompson caught contact plus interest. Spadden providing the pick, getting downhill. Sway dancing down the floor. Agnes Eminopu. Backboard.
Perth and Sydney close out their regular season campaigns in the West. The Lynx, of course, headed into the finals. The Flames, their season ends here, but so much to build on as they check in thanks to Minor Hotels. The back end of the year full of some promise for the Sydney Flames. The Lynx, well, they will enter the postseason in the 2 seed and hoping to carry some positive momentum into their final regular season game. Great to have you with us for the second leg of our Saturday doubleheader here in the WNBL. Joel Peterson alongside Rachel Brewster and Laurie Chiswick with you. And for the Perth Lynx, Laurie, this is just about it's a business trip at home. Just get through unscathed and keep moving on.
That's right. I don't think they'll show too much different tonight. They'll just want to make sure there's no injuries, get everybody through, and start thinking ahead to the semi-finals.
And a couple of players that they won't have out there tonight. So no Ali Wilson, no Steph Gorman. So it could be the ultimate green light game for Amy Atwell, Rach.
Yeah, there's going to be lots of opportunity for her. I'm sure she'll be loving it. But, yeah, I think they're just going to tie up some loose ends and get ready for finals. I'm excited to see it.
Hopefully they'll be heading in with a win as far as they are concerned. Amy Atwell, well, she's always a very big piece, and she caught up with her own Sean Reddy, Julia.
Well, Amy, 3 games in 8 days, all 3 wins on the road. How good is it to be home, and how's the body feeling?
Yeah, really good to be home. It was a long road trip, but everyone has to do it at one point in the season. So, yeah, super happy to get out with 3 wins and really happy to be home.
And what's the team mood coming into this one? Obviously, last game of the regular season, you guys are in the finals, still fighting for that top spot. Highly unlikely, but what's the mood for the team going into tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the focus tonight is just to keep our form. I think we've played really good the last few games. To keep that momentum going to finals, you don't want to just kind of throw in the towel or have a really bad game to end the regular season. You want to keep that momentum going, so that's the focus for us tonight.
And the Flames, they've got Lauren Nicholson back. She gave you guys 25 points the last time. How do you slow her down?
Yeah, I mean, Loz is a really good player, and yeah, she comes back in tonight, so we're going to have our work cut out for us. She's a great player, so we just kind of got to limit her where we can and hopefully not give her 25 again.
Good luck. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, as we mentioned, looking for a great performance from Atwell tonight. But another person that I'm looking at is Annalie Maley for this game. She is the engine of the team. She's coming off 2 massive games, 25 points, 14 rebounds, 22 rebounds in her last game. And she's shot over 50% for her last 2 games. So looking forward to seeing her performance. I think that she will be looking to carry a lot of momentum into the finals.
Yeah, she's played her way into the thick of the MVP conversation at the back end of the year. That is for sure. Annalie Maley will. Sean mentioned in chatting to Amy Atwell that Lauren Nicholson is back tonight. She was ruled out for the rest of the season. She comes back for the Flames' final regular season game. She caught up with Sean a bit earlier.
Lauren, a surprise inclusion for the last game of this season, the quad injury. You're back. How you feeling heading into this one?
Yeah, I feel really good. I've been on the court for a couple of weeks now, and yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be back if I wasn't feeling really good.
Well, it's good to see you back on court. You take on the Perth Lynx. They've been the informed team, won 3 games, including against you guys just last week. What improvements are you looking from that one?
Yeah, they're playing really well at the moment. They're a really tough team. We need to stop their running game first and foremost. Need to be locked in defensively, but also we're just looking to have some fun tonight. We got nothing to lose, so yeah, hopefully some shots will drop for us and it'll be an exciting game.
And you signed Renee back as a coach for the next 2 seasons. How exciting is that for the club?
Yeah, really exciting. Renee's a great coach, very knowledgeable, and also a really great human being. So the club's lucky to have her, and I'm sure she'll have a lot of success over the coming years.
Thanks, Lauren. Congrats.
Thanks.
Well, she will be really important, and it is great to see her back in there. But Unique Thompson, to me, is the one in for tonight's game. She was named Sydney's MVP at their recent awards night. She brings energy, she competes, she stays upbeat, but she will have her work cut out for her against the likes of Han, Shu, and Morris.
Yeah, big test. Let's get our final check courtside as we welcome in Sean Reddy. Sean, very good evening to you.
Well, thanks, Joel. Another electric atmosphere here at the Perth High Performance Center. The WA community has been coming out in huge numbers to support the Lynx this season. They'll be looking for a big win, taking them into the finals. On the other side, the Sydney Flames will want to cause an upset out west, try and create a little magic for their end of the season, and they've got Lauren Nicholson coming back, which is a huge bonus to them. It should be an exciting game. I'm really looking forward to this one tipping off in a few moments.
Looking forward to your contribution throughout, Sean. Thank you. Maya Morris gets her second start of the season for the Perth Lynx. The Flames and Keely Froling hoping to cause an upset. There are two players that have got extremely high motors, Annalie Maley and Agnes Emanopu. That is going to be a fun duel on the wing tonight, Laurie.
Well, it is going to be a great matchup. In fact, there's quite a few really good matchups out there, but Perth starting, you know, without Wilson there, putting in Morris, that's a huge lineup they've got on the floor right now.
Morris, Shue, and Maley rolling out there for Perth. It's the land of the Giants out west to start this one. The Lynx trying to roll into the postseason. And Annalie Maley getting a look at the point guard duties to start this off. So they might just be sort of wheeling a few things out before the postseason. The Lynx in this one. Amy Atwell, she'll have the green light tonight, no doubt about that. Keely Froling will have a battle on her hands. Of course, Jemima Morris played last season with the Flames. Froling back in Flames colours throughout the course of this season. Sydney 6-16. 2-9 on the road. They've lost their past 4. The Lynx 17-5 in second spot, looking to hold it going into the postseason as Morris walls up on Emanopu. Maley had to relocate and find the ball for that fancy little pass to Atwell, and Amy Atwell gets it done.
Should we decide now how many threes she's going to put up this game, Joel?
I said off air earlier, if I don't see 20, I'll be surprised, Laurie, as Agnes Emanopu steps from outside and ties us up at 3.
Maybe we'll just have a no defense free-for-all, shoot them out at the OK Corral.
I'm happy with that. As commentators, we generally are. As coaches, I'm not sure it really gets approval. Okay, so Jemima Morris has just put the little baby hook off the window. This might just be a 40-minute game of horse.
Yeah, that's right.
Keely Froling from outside. That one's no good. Unique Thompson, what a season she's had. As I mentioned earlier, the Flames holding their awards night, their end-of-season awards night before the end of the season, which is slightly unorthodox, and Unique Thompson winning the MVP. Atwell's got 3 up already. Fast start here. The Swain looks inside and finds Froling.
Really nice court vision by Swain, just to see out of the corner of her eye. Froling streaming down right to the point of the rim. Great finish, great pass.
Hunshoot thought about it. Morris with a deep seal. Couldn't finish over the top of Froling. Keely's running the lane. Good defense from Atwell.
It's good defense. I do like that idea, though, running the floor, getting down before Morris. She knows she's got the foot speed on her. I like that attack.
Flames trying to maybe fight fire with fire tonight by going in that Perth transition game. Maley was fouled by Swain. Found themselves in VP conversations last year, those two.
Annalie Maley shoots the free throw. Oops, 83%.
Hits the second. 22 rebounds last time out against the Bendigo Spirit. She was courtside for the Wildcats pick game last night. Of course, in support of breast cancer awareness, having a strong family connection to that through her dad, Paul. Spoke about how much that particular event meant to her, and all of the Wildcats players are in attendance here tonight as well. So no Allie Wilson, no Steph Gorman, no Tegan Graham tonight for the Lynx. So it'll be a very different looking rotation, and Jemima Morris is benefiting from that early. For the Flames, games, it's just about the full complement. One of the few times all season that they've had all their players available. Another really strong take from Agnes Emanopu. She is going to be a talent to be reckoned with in seasons to come.
Well, again, she is just new to the WNBL scene, but she's really impressed this year. Defensive Player Members Award at their recent awards night, and she's, you know, she's gone from strength to strength.
I feel like she will be in the thick of all defense conversations for many years to come. Yeah. Agnes Emanopu averaging almost a block and a steal a game. Sydney's best defensive player per the on-off numbers. Ciabattoni gets inside, and speaking of an MVP finalist, Alex Ciabattoni, what a season that she has put together. A career best year. She has been absolutely awesome in this WNBL 26 season. Of course, the postseason coming up, 2 games tomorrow. You can still get along to a game. What better time than the postseason? If there's a game in your area, you can scan that QR code on screen for tickets, season fixture, all the latest news and much more, or head to WNBL.com.au. Stay close to the action as the postseason approaches. Lynx on top at home in the early going here.
Honshu made that look very easy, didn't she, Rachel? Just sort of a casual little, yep, I don't even know that she, well, she left the ground a little bit, but not much.
It's brave work from Pitcairn to drive it in there when Honshu's patrolling the paint. Maley getting ahead of steam up in transition. How many bigs do you know that can do something like that?
That is one of the things I love about Annalie Maley, as we can see on the Amy replay. She gets a great rebound, goes coast to coast. She's got those guard skills when it comes to handling the ball. A couple of little crossovers there, absorbs the contact, and one.
Stellar finish to the season. 14.5 points, 14.5 rebounds, 3 and a bit assists, a couple of steals a game from Maley. Here's Nicholson walking into the mid-range shot. Emanopu's activity again on the offensive glass. They've been really tough on the offensive glass all season, the Flames. Dal White can't hit that one. Unique Thompson will get another look at it. Thompson for 3. That's offline. They've met twice this season. These two teams, Perth by 19 the last time they met. Back in round 2 in this venue, they controlled the game for much of it. Sydney gave up a 25-9 last quarter and foul as Honshu gets that to fall and draws the foul on Unique Thompson. And this is awfully tough to guard.
Great move. She sees Froling helping in from the high side and gets that quick spin to the baseline. Easy jump shot.
So Perth on top early. There's Honshu's parents as well, who've been here for a little while.
Well, I hope they're staying for the playoffs.
Hope so. Of course, the FIBA window not long after the grand final series, Laurie, as well. So if we go to a game 3, there'll be some fairly hectic travel commitments for a few players, including Honshu.
The game 3 of grand final is on the 4th of March, and the Opals fly out on the 5th. I imagine Honshu will be flying back to China because that's where she'll be playing her qualifiers. So straight away, great finish by Amy Atwell, cut baseline.
She's such a great passer, Honshu. I mean, she can obviously probably see the whole floor from where she is, but yeah, she just finds her players in the right spot and that make easy shots.
So Perth up by 11 at the timeout here, 4 minutes 50 in this opening quarter. Still remaining Perth 18-7. Let's get some word from the coaches who put up with Sean Reddy, Julia.
Absolutely, they are on fire and they've been at the top of the table all year, and you know they've got so many strengths all over the floor, so they're hard to guard. Absolutely, but I think for us just focusing on where we kind of went wrong last time we played them and any adjustments we can make within that.
Probably hanging together, as we alluded to before, trying to get that 3rd game when you've been on the road for 8 or 9 days and you just want to go home, you just want to get out of there. But unfortunately, it was the Bendigo game, and we really needed to get that win. So for the girls to have played that well, knowing that how close they were to going home, was really pleasing.
So Ryan Petrick, whose #1 MO would just be, let's just get through this one. No injuries, nothing to worry about going into the postseason, and his team taking care of business early, up by 11 halfway through this opening term. Sean, what did you hear from that Sydney huddle?
Yeah, well, Renee was pretty calm. She wanted them to get through their stuff, see if they can play through Unique. Here's you see her get the ball, try and go to work down low, get a bucket. Wasn't successful that time, but they really want to try and get the ball down low, play through her. But then they need to get stops. All right, if they can get stops, it'll slow them down. But 18 points for the Perth Lynx, too much at this stage if they want to get this win.
6 of 9 from the field, the Lynx in the early going. Sydney at the other end. Struggling 3 of 13 as Maley takes it strong to the cup and got fouled on the way in. Take another look at that here from Annalie Maley, met by Agnes Eminopu. She's thrown a couple of block parties throughout the course of the season. There is Renee Gallup, of course, signed to a 2-year extension during the week. So stepping in as the interim coach for Guy Malloy midway through the season and going to take the reins over the next couple of seasons. It sort of felt like a bit of a fait accompli toward the end of this year, Laurie.
Well, I mean, it's great that it's sort of done now before free agency starts, and she can, you know, go to work straight away thinking about it. There's no guessing. But yes, we all assumed that would be the case given that she took over from Guy Malloy. But really great for her. You know, she's embarking on her coaching career, and she's just got such upside to what she brings to the game.
Actually had a really good chat with our own Beck Cole on her podcast during the week, and sort of saying that, you know, she sort of fell into coaching a little bit, but given her background as someone who sort of reached the highs of world basketball, had the lows through injury, and played every role just about, she feels like she can relate to every player on their roster as Nicholson is fouled. And she's given her team a lot of confidence, that is for sure. And they've faced some struggles without the likes of Lauren Nicholson at the back end of this season, as we see the foul from Atwell on Nicholson, who just had the hand extended there.
And you can see Nicholson grab her hand straight away on that replay, and it's her right hand, her shooting hand.
Potentially her baby picking up hand as well.
That's right.
Of course, young son, Loz and Jacob, having returned in the off-season. Bumped into her up in Sydney a couple of weeks ago and got absolutely zero indication she was planning on returning. She said the injury's going pretty well, but didn't tip the cap that she was thinking about coming back. So it was quite a surprise to see them.
Surprise to most people that she's suiting up for this last game. But, you know, obviously there's some reasons, and I think she alluded to it. You know, they're on the road as a team. It's the last game, that if she can be there, be a part of that, you know, that's good for her and the girls.
Bit of fancy footwork there from Lara McSpadden, just to kick it back to Kiara White. Not strictly within the rules, but impressive nonetheless. Of course, Lara McSpadden signing with the Keilor Thunder for the upcoming NBL 1 South season. Here's Atwell, triple, no good. That's 4 that Amy's got up in this opening term. So one more and we're on target for 20 as Lauren Nicholson nails that one from the mid-range. And that is her bread and butter and has been for a long time.
I was about to say the same thing. You never leave her open right above the foul line.
As long as Lauren Nicholson's hanging around the competition, the mid-range game is not going out of vogue in our competition. That is for sure. She is an artist from that part of the floor. Shooting 40-odd% from downtown as well, so she's been highly efficient, although she's not super volume from there. And that's a nice take from Emma Nobu, who's dragged Sydney back here. So 7 consecutive points, make it 6 consecutive points from the Flames after Perth scored 12 in a row to get it out to 20-7. The Flames have just dragged some ground back. And young Agnes Eminopu with a nice take there. As we mentioned, completing her first pro season out of college at Stanford and then TCU. Very, very impressive young prospect for this Sydney team. And I mean, they've got a bit to build around this Flames team. The likes of Imanopu, obviously Lauren Nicholson. Now they'll have some decisions in the off-season to make around who they can bring back and who they want to keep around. But they feel like, with especially those two, that they're in a pretty reasonable spot roster-wise.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, Renee having stepped into the head coaching position when she did, she'll have an idea of what she wants and be able to build the team. And I know, you know, she still speaks to Guy Malloy. She still considers him as her mentor, her friend, and so I'm sure she'll be, you know, guided by him as well. Unless he gets another coaching job elsewhere, they could be going after the same players. Who knows?
Indeed. Of course, new club coming into the competition next season, so Tasmania will be on the lookout for a coach.
Well, we know, we just heard in the game before that Chris Lucas will no longer be coaching at Geelong. He made that decision in December to not extend his contract, so that's another coaching gig up for grabs.
There'll be some movement on that front in the off-season. McSpadden got the hand in on Atwell. Froling races up the floor and banks it home. So this is a really nice little run from Sydney here, 9-0.
I'd be interested if Sean was able to listen to the Perth coach, to Ryan, to see what his focus was in that timeout.
Morris banging bodies with Froling. Spadden pulls down the rebound. Kiana Weir getting some run here in this opening term. Nicholson and Chivatoni going head-to-head. And get it in. Just did. Let's check in courtside with Sean.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to get into that Perth Lynx huddle, but it's so loud in here. This is probably the best crowd I've seen all season, which is something to be said. I'm really looking forward to the finals next week. But this Lynx team, I got to give credit to the Flames. They are playing hard. They're out-rebounding the Lynx team, who is the leading rebounding team in the competition. So you feel like their season, they've got something to prove. They want to end the season on a high, and they're coming out playing hard. Renee's got to be happy with their team so far.
It's a good call-out, Sean. 7 offensive rebounds to none in the early going here after they'll collect that one for the team.
Well, Sydney do lead the league in offensive rebounding. He's averaging almost 16 a game. And to me, Rach, offensive rebounding is so much about effort. It's about, as that shot leaves your teammates' hand, you go in, you crash the boards, you work hard at positioning, and they've been great at it all season.
It's sort of a bit of a tactical give or take offensive rebounding too, isn't it? Are you going to crash the boards, or are you getting back in transition?
Yeah, very much depends on what team are you playing against. Are they a transition team? Are you worried about matching up in the full court, or are you going to get in there? And it depends on where you are in the game too. But for Sydney, obviously, they're coming out. They want to be the aggressors early. So they're going to put that effort in to getting the offensive rebounds.
Keely Froling misses 2 at the line. Jump on the WNBL app. Claim your free cheeseburgers in WA before 6 o'clock tomorrow. The code word is WDriver. Head to your local Hungry Jack store and tell them that Keely sent you. Good evening to Damon Lowry. Scafidi playing the passing lane, so Ryan Petrick emptying the bench early in this one. Few players who haven't seen a lot of opportunity throughout the course of the season getting some early burn here for this Perth team. Of course, playoff bound. They'll be in a 2v3 series against Bendigo. Townsville at Southside. Townsville and Southside both in action tomorrow. Southside against Adelaide, Townsville against Bendigo, who go up to Townsville without Kelsey Griffin. Shu was strong on the 3-ball. 46% from the field for the Lynx now. Michaela Can causes the turnover for Sydney. Step out of play here. Spin that right heel.
Was it that, or was it the carry of the basketball too? I'm not sure what the call actually was, but either way, it was a turnover.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other, perhaps. Perth have not scored since it was 20-7. Feedy looking for her first points of the season. Couldn't get it done there. Kayla Can, half a minute remaining in this opening term. Sydney have made a game of it after they trailed by 13. Can can't hit from 3. Rebound falls to Shu. Shot clock turned off to end this opening term. Weir probing the defense. Drops it off to Shu from the free throw line. Sees a triple team. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Hard Shu knocks it down to end the opening term. And the Lynx lead by 6. Good luck stopping that. 22-16, quarter time in the West.
I know you want to clap all over this one, Perth. Clap with me now. Clap, 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 clap.
Ice, give me that ice, give me that cool girl, isn't that nice? You like
Quarter time in the West. And it is Perth up by 6. And a little bit of showtime in this opening term from Annalie Maley to Amy Atwell. The Flames have hung around. They got out to a 13-point lead, the Lynx. And the Flames dragged it back to 6 to end the opening term. Joel Peterson, Laurie Chiswick, Rachel Brewster with you in commentary. Sean Redditch is courtside. Sean, what did you hear at quarter time?
Yeah, well, the coaches were a little bit happy with that last shot there by Hanju. I think only one person in the building could have even contested that, maybe Luke Longley, who's sitting courtside at 7'2", but no one else be able to match the height of Hanju. Ryan Petrick really wanted his team to get the ball inside. It was really a players-led quarter time there. They're wanting a lot of movement off Hanju. They're seeing that they're double teaming, get the movement, see if they can get some layups off the attention that she's getting.
Sean, you wouldn't have given yourself a chance defensively against Hanju?
No, I stood next to her during the pre-game. I had no chance, especially at this age.
You might have to maybe just a little bit more active wear rather than the suit for our courtside work. Great to have Sean Redditch with us. Look at the hit-ahead pass there. Thompson just can't finish it off. Dow White launched it up the floor. Chimatoni back the other way. Runs into Keely Froling.
And those are the sort of baskets that Sydney just can't afford to miss, you know, when they're playing a team such as Perth.
Yeah, they had such a great defensive possession. Really good fast break pass, and then just couldn't finish it at the end.
Chimatoni hits the first off the foul from Keely Froling, who didn't agree with the call. Sky is blue, grass is green. And a Froling Not quite pleased with the decision going against them. They play with great intensity. All of the Frolings, all of them, and we absolutely love it. The passion and energy that they bring to our game. You need Thompson underneath. Can't finish that one either. Morris making herself a problem in there. Keely Froling unfortunately slipped over. That's a bit of a laugh about that with Mick Can. And Hanshu gets an easy layup. Mick Can was full on having a giggle there after that bucket. Emma Nopu puts it on the floor. It was a nice move. That's just that's probably part of her game. There's a bit of a work on just in the off-season, just that finishing move. She gets her some great spots, Agnes Emanopu. Just those finishing touches still a part of her development.
Well, it is, and it's a matter of, you know, not looking at the defenders that are coming at you. Get your eyes up on the target, finish with confidence, but that'll grow into her game.
Of course, played for the Knox Raiders in the last NBL1 South season, heading back there. Sure you're looking forward to having to deal with that in the off-season, H.
No comment.
Well, that's not a call we see very often, 3 seconds in the key. Maya Morris was just working hard. She was trying to demand the ball. Her teammates didn't see her there, and she got the call.
Nicholson, Can, Swain, Froling, Thompson, the lineup for Sydney. You know, Shanice Swain can shoot it. Can't hit on that occasion. Morris, Shue, Maley, Atwell, Chippertoni for Perth. Shue leads them in scoring with 7. Doesn't get the hometown roll there. Flames back the other way. Nicholson tosses it inside. They want to keep going through Thompson, who fades away here. That is a pretty move.
That's sort of really the only way you can shoot over Han Shue is a step back fadeaway. If we look on the replay here, that was good timing.
She's had a great first season in the WNBL, Unique Thompson.
It's such a good story that she sort of came from nowhere. I think it was LJ that recommended that she, you know, well.
Bank's open for Han Shue.
Bank is certainly open. That she come and play and be given the opportunity, and you know, she started off a little slowly, a little timidly, but just has grown into her role on the team, relished what she does out there, loves, you know, any interview you see, she loves what she's doing out there, and a really good story.
Yeah, absolutely she is. The Perth Lynx doing it comfortably at the moment. Game high 13-point lead at 31-18.
What doesn't kill you makes you
Of course, Unique Thompson headed back to Albury-Wodonga in the off-season in the NBL1. Was playing her trade with Mackay, where she won the North MVP last off-season. It's first season in the WNBL has been a very, very strong one for Unique Thompson. Kind of like what she's put together if you're a Flames fan. Love what the Perth Lynx have done here in this second term. 9 points to 2 in just under 3 minutes. It's the kind of offensive run that they can put together. They're shooting 45% from the field, 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Sydney, conversely, 23% from the field in the early going here. So the Flames haven't found their shooting touch so far in this game. They are 7 of 31 from the floor, 3 of 5 from the line, and now getting out rebounded as well. Perth by 13. Here is the Amy replay of Han Shue. She'll get it done any way she likes.
So good having a player of her size, 211 centimeters, being able to stretch the floor and comfortably shoot the 3-ball.
Joel Peterson, Laurie Chiswick, Rachel Brewster with you in commentary. Sean Redditch as Unique Thompson splashes in the 3. You are listening to Renee Garlip at that huddle.
Yeah, it was all about getting the ball to the third side. We saw some early threes from Sydney. They didn't knock them down, and it allowed the Lynx to get out and run. They don't want to play an up-and-down game with this Lynx. They're a bit too high-powered on offense. If they get the ball to the third side, if you just saw it like there, they knock down the 3 and slow them down. You see Han Shue, she is a matchup problem down low.
Got 12 points in the early going here, Sean. 33-21. So Han Shue, quite literally the difference in the game at the moment. Swain from straight away. That one's no good. Hasn't troubled the scorers yet. Couple of fouls for Shanice Swain. And that's too easy for Annalie Maley.
What effort she brings every time she steps on the court. And we talk about that in rebounding. But you could just watch her from one end of the floor to the other, sprinting, trying to get ahead of the ball, and was rewarded with a great pass and an early finish.
Nicholson hits the two. Have you seen? I just had a look at the box score. Annalie Maley's got 8, 5, and 6. We are not even halfway through the second quarter.
And she just does it game in and game out. Her energy, her level, her desire to compete is phenomenal. It's so great to see.
She's played 11.5 minutes. She's got 8 points of 100% shooting, 5 rebounds and 6 assists in, not even 12 minutes of basketball. I thought we were on triple-double watching our early game.
Joel,
now a 3.
By Annalie Maley.
This is an extraordinary start. 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. We are the triple-double sirens are ringing.
That's exactly right.
She might have one in the first half. She's got to stop shooting threes now and get a few more dimes, or just miss a few and get her own offensive rebounds. Here's Atwell for 3. She almost had that one. She's absurd. Halfway through this second term, and Annalie Maley is absolutely lighting it up and has played her way into the thick of the MVP conversation at the back end of this season.
Oh, well, so she should when you consider points scored, you consider rebounds, you know, just what she brings to this Perth team, that our chocolate block full of stars, yet she still stands out.
Still feels like the barometer for them. Lyra Fotu into the game. Atwell, Waite, Morris, Fotu and Maley out there. Atwell off the glass. That'll fall. Amy Atwell will step to the free throw line. He's got 9 in the game, so hoping to get to double figures. Cast your mind back to round 2 when these two teams met. Amy Atwell had 24 in that game, but shot the ball horrifically from the field and hit 9 free throws in the last quarter to drag Perth over the line against Sydney. If you're a Lynx fan, she'd be high on your list of players you might want the jersey of. Amy Atwell, you can get all your club jerseys at WNBLstore.com.au. Rent them during the postseason or in the off-season if your team isn't making the finals. Some great options there as Oz Nicholson. You can plenty of those #1 Sydney jerseys that fly off the shelves as well. Rightly so. As Lyra Fotu scurries inside and lays it home.
It's a great take. Just absorbs the contact. That quick crossover, explodes baseline to the basket, absorbs the contact. Really great finish.
And isn't she a crowd favorite? Her teammates love her when she gets on the court and is able to score. And she's had some minutes the last few games and has done really well.
I reckon the old man would have been up out of his seat there as well. Let's go courtside to Sean.
Yeah, well, you're mentioning Lyra Fotu there. You know, I saw her first play soccer when she was a 6-year-old, and she was destroying everyone out there on the field. I knew she had a special future in her, and it's great to see her doing well out here. Some of these young players can expect to get some more minutes. Obviously, with Allie Wilson, Steph Gorman out tonight, it's going to get these young players looking to get more minutes. Look great to see them step up.
Sean, did you play with Sam, her old man?
I did play with Sam Fotu, the Rock, there at Bendigo. He used to yell at me and pass him the ball, but I didn't listen.
Sean ready for this tonight. Of course, Sam Fotu, a national championship winner with the Bendigo Braves, and Sean played some very good ball there, as well as being a star for the Wildcats over a long period of time. Sam Fotu now working in the front office for the Wildcats these days, so very well connected within West Australian basketball circles, the Fotu family, and that one will fall as well. And there is the family loving the work of Lyra. Sam on the left. Swayed with a dime. McSpadden can't finish it off. Foul is called.
Really nice movement off the ball from McSpadden when Swain got that ball inside and really had nowhere to go. She was just flashing through the key there, and a good pass, and now she finds herself at the free throw line.
And Atwell checking out of the game. 10 points to her name. Maley's got 11. Hans Schu's got 12. Lauren Nicholson leads Sydney in scoring with 9. McSpadden can't hit the first at the free throw line.
Well, as you just said, Joel, 3 of Perth's starters have double figures already, and there's 3 minutes to go in the second half. And overall, if you add in Allie Wilson to the mix, all 5 of their players, their regular starters, have double figures, sort of 14 or 15 points. So they just do it by committee sometimes. And if one player steps up, then another one does the following night.
Enviable, Deb. Lyra Fotu's just making a little art form of that little off-balance push shot at the rim. Shanice Swain can't hit from outside. Another rebound to Morris. That's her 8th of the contest, stepping into the starting lineup for just the 2nd time tonight. Fotu with only 9 points on the season before tonight has 4 in the game. Here's Hans Schu putting the moves on. Can't finish it off.
Agnes did a great job there, staying in front, keeping her hands high, trying to deter the shot.
She's a terrific defensive player. Sort of the advanced stats per Hoops DB have her as their most important defensive player, Agnes Eminopu, in her first season. It's going to come back with Perth here. A little bit of confusion about which way that call was going. Carla Pittman checks into the game for the first time for the Flames. Nicholson, Pittman, Eminopu, McSpadden and McDowell White. Fotu, Schu, Morris, Chipatoni, Scafidi out there for Perth. Fotu threw it into Nicholson, bounced off the shoe of Fotu, stays alive. Chipatoni for 3. That would have been extraordinary had that fallen. Pretty sure that's not a set that they've been running at training.
Well, I was going to say that would cap it off if Nicholson got a 3.
Off the corner of the backboard, just about. Perth up by 17. Morris gets a good look. That'll go.
Bit of an unfortunate mismatch there. You've got Nicholson and McDowell White covering Morris.
Eminopu with a strong take. That's sort of a little bit more like for like as Agnes takes it inside. Have a look at this. So off the shoe, then it bounces off Fotu as well. Well, Nicholson's just exasperated on the ground, thinking, how on earth did that happen? Now, Lyra Fotu checks out. I know Hans Schu's #1 in terms of fan favourites at the Perth HBC. I feel like Lyra Fotu might be coming for that 2nd spot. There's a bit of sort of cult hero status emerging. Still only 18 years of age.
It's a great opportunity for her coming in, playing minutes at the point as well, getting some really good experience with a great team.
Some great people to learn from in that team as well. Weir. Scafidi just turned into trouble there, threw it away. No foul on Schu, reaching in on Froling. Carla Pittman puts it on the floor. Gilly Froling with a nice move to the cup, couldn't finish it off, just using the misdirection there from Agnes Eminopu, and Weir ran out of space in front of the scorer's table. So Ryan Petrick giving some of his lesser lights some real opportunity here. Seeing Kiara Waite and Scafidi and Kiana Weir play some extended minutes here in this first half as Eminopu tosses that one away.
I think Sydney's just rushing a little bit. They haven't really gotten through an offense. They haven't got the ball through hands. They did a good job in the first quarter of getting to the basket and being aggressive, but now that their shots aren't falling, which isn't helping, but I think they just need to clean up their offense a little bit.
McCann will be just trying to settle things down at the moment for this Sydney team. 2-point Rachel Brewster, as there's 23 seconds left here in this first half. It was a good opening term for the Flames. They trailed by 13. They got it back to 4. But it's been all the Lynx here in this second term. 27 points to 16. Second difference shot to game clock. Pittman's on the move. McSpadden, long 2. Yes. It'll fall for Lara McSpadden. Still time here in this first half for the Lynx. It was Hanshu that beat the buzzer at quarter time. Here's Scafidi for 3! For her first WNBL points! She beats the buzzer at half-time. And that's a nice little moment indeed.
That was a nice looking shot. Straight out of her hands, you knew straight away that was going in.
That was pure. And that'll give the Lynx some real positive momentum going into half-time. 10th game, first bucket for Jai Scafidi. And that would look and feel very, very good indeed. The Lynx by 18 at half-time, 52-34. Let's get some reaction. Sean Redditch is with Annalie Maley.
Annalie, you're up 18 at halftime. How you assess the first half?
Look, we're kind of rolling at the moment. We've got a lot of people involved. Some of our young girls have come in and hit some big shots, but yeah, Sydney are a talented team, so we don't want to stay lax coming in. Stay with that energy, you know.
And is that an important thing? You're going into finals. You want to go in with a lot of confidence to win here tonight.
Yeah, we want to play the same way regardless of who we're going up against, and regardless what the circumstance is, whether we're up 20, down 20, 1-point game. We're trying to cultivate this culture where it's the same hard stuff the whole time. So yeah.
And 2 buzzer beaters. Can we get a buzzer beater in the third and the fourth quarter as well?
We'll see what we can pull out, eh?
Thanks. Good luck second half.
There's Sean with Annalie Maley. She's had a big first half, as have the Lynx. They lead by 18. We'll break it all down on the other side.
For a delicious dinner that disappears unless you squeeze in one more story before bedtime, pick up Latina Fresh, Australia's favourite pasta and sauce. Latina, we got the weeknight. Thanks. Who's that? That guy? He came to bring such a pearls. Rumour has it, he got stuck in the sea. You know how hard it gets in room. Too hot, even for beer. Then it hit him. Alcohol ginger beer. Genius. Anyway, that's how that goes. Became famous for fame. That's us. Serious good taste. into combination action. Moving the energy into family, into basketball, into television, and the united also growing into the bigger places and the future together.
I'm looking forward to finals because
it's what you play for. You play for a championship.
This is what we play for, right? Professional athletes. This is what, we work all these days for. We work as a team.
There's more nerves, there's more desire to win. Finals are what we play for, and it's the most fun.
Finals are never guaranteed, and I don't know how many finals left I'll get to play.
It's why we all play basketball. It's high pressure environment. It's kind of what we're waiting on.
It's something we talk about nearly every training, is just preparing for finals. So I feel like when you're able to put yourself in that position, it's really exciting to then hopefully be able to perform when that time comes.
It's a dagger from deep from 90. You set a standard, and I think it's to make finals and obviously win a WNBL championship, but the first box that you probably do tick is to play in a finals series.
It's where the best players play, and I'm looking forward to competing against them.
It's going to be a fascinating final series. The Perth Lynx, they are going to be a big part of it, and hopefully they can turn on some offensive fireworks like they have so far in this first half. They lead big here at half-time. Let's take a look at our match stats. Laurie Chiswick and Rachel Brewster, and the offensive numbers for the Perth Lynx look pretty good in the first half here, Rach. They are shooting the ball well and they are getting contributions from some of their lesser lights as well.
Yeah, it's a great experience for the young girls coming in, and they've hit some big shots, but 52 points is a little bit too much for the half. So I think Sydney needs to pick up defensively. I think the energy's there, but they need to get the ball out of the key. Perth hasn't really proven themselves from the three-point line yet, so I think they need to dare Perth to shoot a bit more.
Yeah, the shooting numbers for the Flames are not what they would like here in this first half. We saw some showtime early. Maley and Atwell had it going. We've seen a little bit of everything from Han Shu, bank threes, buzzer beaters, and everything in between. Laurie, and the Lynx have had their way offensively.
Well, certainly in the first quarter, I thought Sydney held their own. They were only 6 points behind at quarter time, and they were doing a lot of good things, inside looks, really pressuring the ball, looking to play at the same pace as Perth, which I think was their downfall a little bit. As Sean mentioned at one point, I don't think they can stick to that sort of pace. That's not their style of game. But then Perth really took control in that second quarter. Some great passing, some skip pass. Han Shu, I thought, really dominated presenting. Annalie Maley, well, she was just outstanding, both in rebounding and in scoring. And as you said, that there's a spread of scoring, not just their superstars, but everybody that's coming to the table right now is looking at being a threat. And 52 points, we could well and truly look over a 100-point game.
Yeah, indeed, we've seen it plenty from the Perth Lynx. That last highlight there, well done to Jay Stafidi, who scored her first points of her WNBL career as well in that first half, which is very exciting. Let's take a look at our Blackmore's player profile. Agnes Eminopu's had a pretty good game thus far. 9 points, 6 rebounds, 3 of 8. But when you get put up against Annalie Maley in any kind of statistical graphic, things can just get a little bit out of whack. 11 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. She had that just about with sort of 6 minutes to go in that second term, Rach.
Yeah, I mean, they creep up on you quick. And Agnes, if I had to pick anyone to shut Maley down, it would be Agnes. They're very similar in style. They're both very athletic, and they are just the energy force of their team. So we'll see what happens in the second half.
Long, athletic, but easier said than done, slowing down Annalie Maley, as is slowing down Han Shu, who, again, we said that we've seen a little bit of everything from. 12 points in that first half defensively, and all the weaponry at the other end of the floor as well.
Well, she's just been a real presence inside, and we can see how easily she can score and draw the defense to her. But to me, it's at the defensive end as well, where she is just changing Sydney's shots. They're daring to go in at her, and she's just blocking them or changing their shots. And she is just playing at both ends of the court so far this half.
You know, when you're banking in a 3 from the wing like that, things are going your way. They're sending a triple team. You beat the buzzer at quarter time. And facilitating as well is Han Shu. So her forward shot chart is a pretty nice thing. Lots of green there in the key, and the 1 3-pointer from that the wing as well. So 12 points in the first half to go with 4 rebounds for Han Shu. A lot to like about that. And we spoke about Amy Atwell pre-game, and that it might be the sort of the ultimate green light game for Amy Atwell with Ali Wilson out, Steph Gorman out. It looked like it was going to be that early going rate. She put up about 3 shots in 3 minutes, including that off the behind-the-back feed from Annalie Maley. It didn't continue on that trajectory, but 10 points is still very much Amy Atwell areas in that first half.
Yeah, and everyone knows that can change pretty quickly. She didn't get hot early, you said she put up some shots really early in the game, but like you see here, she's still getting on the rim as well, finishing through contact. So I think the more she does that, it'll filter into her 3-point shooting.
Yeah, 4 of 8 from the field, the 4 rebounds, then assist and a steal to go for Amy Atwell so far in this game, and such a key contributor for this Perth Lynx team. We know that. Of course, this is the team that is headed to the postseason. They are hoping for a nice little tune-up here, and they're doing it nicely at halftime. They lead by 18 points. What have they got in store? What have Sydney got in store here in this second half? Stick around to find out.
Alright, we're having a fun because we've got 4 minutes before we get into a big second half. This is a song called YMCA, you may know it. We hit it, you dance. So here we go. Get your YMCA dance moves out. Bring a bit of energy. Feel it. Get along to it. Here we go. Here we go. What do you got? Get on your feet. Fantastic. You especially. Give a round of applause. Well done.
18-point lead to the Perth Lynx as we get going in this second half, their final game of the regular season, as it is for Sydney. The Lynx, of course, heading into the postseason. 52-34. Joel Peterson, Laurie Chiswick and Rachel Brewster with you in commentary. WA basketball royalty in the house. Of course, our own Sean Redditch is sideline. And Sean, you've got a very special guest with you.
Well, it doesn't get any bigger, quite literally, than the man next to me, Luke Longley. How are you finding the game tonight?
Well, I'm a little bit frustrated. I'm here for the Flames and we just can't buy a bucket. But otherwise, it's a great atmosphere. Nice to see this building full and happening, and the energy in it's great if you're a Perth fan.
Well, you must appreciate the talent that Hanju shows out there, a fellow big player, a 5-man dominating like yourself. How have you seen her impact on the league this season?
Well, just watching tonight, she can pass the ball, she sees the floor, she moves better than you think, and she's got a nice touch, so she can do anything she wants.
And the Chicago Bulls, they now have 2 Aussies on their team. Does that excite you, knowing a few more Aussie connection there at the Chicago Bulls?
I love seeing that. I now want to see them win.
Well, if they had you, maybe Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, that might help.
That would help, but we're a little rusty now.
Well, thanks for joining us. It's a pleasure to see you courtside. Enjoy the game, Luke.
Good on you, Sean. Thanks, man.
Sean Riddich and Luke Longley there. Great to see both of them. Of course, Luke, part of the ownership group of the Sydney Kings, and Josh Giddey and Lockie Ulbrich, the young South Australian there at the Chicago Bulls this season, coming through the NBL pathway. Of course, the WNBL season will feature plenty of our stars in the WNBL as well. Maybe that woman in time, Agnes Eminopu. 18-point lead to the Lynx here, 52-34. It was a very good first quarter from the Flames. They trailed by 13. They got that back to 6, but a 30-18 second quarter has really opened the game up here for Perth. They'll be looking to try and recapture some of what they had going in that opening term. Will the Sydney Flames on the road, final game of the season in Perth. What can they get going? Because shooting 31% and 14% from outside just isn't going to pass muster, Laurie Chiswick.
No, it isn't, but they have to put the score aside right now. They have to, and not turn the ball over like that. But they have to, you know, go into this half thinking it's 0-0 and see what they can come up with.
Maley looking down low for Morris. Outside, Chippertoni. Can't get the 3 to go. Unique Thompson, as usual, has been busy on the boards in this one. Couple of offensive rebounds. That's her first defensive rebound so far in the game. Froling just didn't see anything that she liked. Off to Eminopu, swatted by Morris.
That is the beauty of having Morris and Hanju on the court at the same time.
Atwell at the other end hits the 3.
You know, there's just not many gaps in anything, but especially if you are going downhill, getting your feet in the paint. There are 2 towering players in there.
That is insult to injury as Thompson splashes one in at the other end. Nick Thompson's been shooting it well from out there tonight. She's 2 of 3 on the evening. Pulls it back to an 18-point game immediately. Morris getting the start tonight with no Ellie Wilson, no Steph Gorman. It's a layup for Amy Atwell.
Well, Amy caught the ball. She looked like she was going to either kick it on or go for a dribble handoff, and instead she just pivoted and shot it. Whack!
You can get into that shot like a few others in this competition. It is a lightning release as Shu turns that over. Thompson, who's got really active hands for a big. She's impressive in that part of the game. Eminopu from outside. That one will fall. 4 threes, 2 either way to start this third term. Jemima Morris probably not going to hit a 3 from outside or attempt one. Atwell off balance. Might have been a long 2 in the end. Doesn't matter, didn't fall. Hanju off the offensive rebound. That won't go. Maley coming over the top there of Can. Called for the foul. Take a look at the Amy replay. The defensive play from Jemima Morris. And then this is insult to injury at the other end. And that is the Amy replay, courtesy of Amy Atwell.
It's a tough one. You think you're collapsing, playing good defense. Maley still finds a way to find Atwell for a great shot.
Chippertoni leaking out and scoring. That margin back out to 20.
Can I just say, Chibba, she only has the 6 points, but she's done a lot out there. She's really, in the absence of Wilson, she's taken on the point guard duties, and And you just cannot say enough about the season that Alex Ciabattoni has had so far and the influence she's had on this Perth lineup. She has been, you know, career high stats across so many of them, so many of the stat lines, and she just continues to surprise, excel, and she's going to be really important in the finals.
And she is a big moments player as well, is Alex Ciabattoni. When they need buckets down the stretch, she's the one who often gets them for them. Morris couldn't finish there. So you look at her career. Back in 2020-21, she played 11 games and scored 10 points a game. In no other season apart from this year has she averaged double-figure points, Alex Ciabattoni. Last year she was 7 points. This year 15, shooting 53% from the field.
Yeah.
Has been a wonderful campaign for her. 6-3-2, does all the right things defensively, just makes the right play at the right time. A real leader for this group.
And she's so even-keeled out there. So, you know, she just goes about her business. You know, if she gets a foul call that she didn't think was hers, it doesn't matter. She gets on with business. And I really like that about her, that she's got that presence of mind. You can see her directing traffic there right now defensively.
Froling top of the key, that'll roll in. Kelly Froling getting that to go. Been in a little bit of a shooting slump of late. 3 of 6 from the field tonight. Foul on Maley there. That's her second personal. She's got 11, 5, and now 8 assists, I should say.
I'm really interested in Annalie Maley there. I was thinking about this before the game. Do you tell your players to just go hard, but don't go that extra mile to dive on the floor and come up with loose things? Or is it just in the DNA and you don't want to change how they play? And Annalie's such a classic example of that. And we saw her diving on the ball just then.
Not sure you could train it out of her.
Take that out of her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can't.
Thompson hits another 3. That's 3 triples for Unique Thompson in the game. So she's really stroking it from outside. Just on a career high watch for Annalie Maley here as well. Her next assist will be a career best with 9. Shoe off the offensive rebound. That's no good. Not sure that was really a pass as much as a deflection there from Froling to Can. And Shoe makes amends at the other end. Blocks that one. And Atwell couldn't keep it alive walking the tightrope. Spent it before she had it there, Amy Atwell, trying to reel that one back in.
And Luke Longley was right about Han Shu. She's actually more versatile and quick than you think somebody of her stature would be. And, you know, I remember seeing her at the Asia Cup a few years ago and then at the Asia Cup this year. And it's been incredible to watch her growth as a player and the way she can run the floor. And somebody her size is really quite agile.
Makes her even a bigger problem to deal with. Amy Atwell called for the steps there after she got locked up. Ciabattoni, White, Shoe, Maley, Atwell, Nicholson, Emanobu, Froling, McDowell, White, Thompson, the lineup for Sydney. That was Nicholson. First game back in quite a while for her. Offensive foul is going to wave the basket away.
Yeah, you see there, she just goes for the roll a bit too early, clips Atwell. Atwell got away with that there because you don't want to go under a screen on Nicholson. So she got a get out of free jail card there.
42% on the season for Loz Nicholson, 38 of 90 from downtown. So exactly right, you can't be going under screens on her. Can't shoot, long 2, that'll fall. And that is assist number 9 for Annalie Maley, and that is a new career best, and 1 away from a double-double of points and assists. And 5 rebounds, you'd expect she could just walk into that over the last 15 minutes here. Atwell taking it to the cup and scoring. Doing it at will at the moment of the Lynx.
And it's great to see Atwell, you know, she hasn't gone off from 3 particularly, but she's still ended up with 18 points at the moment. So she's finding other ways. When her main option isn't working, she's finding other ways to contribute.
What were we just saying? Don't go under a screen on Loz Nicholson.
Yeah.
That's why. She can knock them down. Chu trying to wrap it around to Maley. Eminobu with a little push pass out wide. McDowell White back to Eminobu. That is a classy finish. So much to like about what Agnes Eminobu brings to the game. She's got a team high 14 points and 6 rebounds. Maley coming down the lane got fouled.
Well, Sydney would be happy with their efforts so far this quarter. In the first 6 minutes, they've stayed the same with Perth, and that's what you want to do. You want to go in going, okay, let's start this at 0-0, see if we can come out and make some inroads, or at least stick with them and be competitive.
Maley hits the first. So 11, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists for Annalie Maley, making 12 points as she knocks down the first free throw, and 13 with the second. Very proficient free throw shooter as well, over 80% on the season. A 17-point lead to Perth. Nicholson gets the screen from McSpadden. McDowell White up top. Rebound to Waite. Here comes Maley in transition, trying to find something on offense for the Lynx. Finds Waite. 3-ball will fall. Annalie Maley's got a double-double of 13 and 10. And Waite with just her 4th made 3 from 21 attempts this season.
So if Annalie gets a few more rebounds, which we certainly know she's capable of, could be our first triple-double of the season.
Yeah, I think Jade Melbourne the last, that was in January of last year. So we are well and truly on triple-double watch here. Foul on the floor, it'll stay with the Lynx. Let's check in courtside with Sean.
Well, Annalie Maley has come out here. She's playing more of the 3 tonight. Might be a reason why she doesn't have as many rebounds as you see Shibatoni check in for. She's got the double-double. If there was one stat you thought she would get with double digits, it would be rebounds. She's got 10 rebounds in 16 straight games. See if she can make it 17, get her that triple-double.
It's her 16th double-double of the season. 15 of those have come points and rebounds. First points, assists, double-double of her career. McDowell White puts it on the floor. Left that one short, tapped it back out to McSpadden. Nice second chance look for the Flames. Two and a half remaining here in the third. Scafidi, Shibatoni, Waite, Chu, Fotu. The lineup for Perth. Norris out there now for Sydney. And Jay Scafidi's feeling it in this one. She made her first career bucket at the end of the first half. She's gone 2 of 4 in this game. Eminobu puts it on the floor again, gets inside. Agnes Eminobu's having herself a night.
That was a real explosive first step, as we see on this replay there. Just long strides, absorb the contact, the physicality. Great finish, and now can add an and one.
You can download the WNBL app via App Store, scan the QR code on screen. Stay close to the action than ever before as the postseason approaches in the WNBL. Video content, all the news, live scores and stats. WNBL app is the thing to have as we head into the postseason. Make sure you download it as that approaches. 19 points, an equal career best for Agnes Eminobu. Foul on the floor. And both of these teams in the penalty from this point forth over the last 2 minutes of the third term here. Joel Peterson, Laurie Chiswick, Rachel Brewster, Sean Redditch with you. Second leg of a Saturday doubleheader. After earlier on it was the Canberra Capitals who sealed up 5th spot by defeating the Geelong Venom in Canberra. Tomorrow, Adelaide Southside, Townsville Bendigo, the last game of the regular season before we head into the postseason. Makes both at the line. Re-signed with the Coburn Cougars. Dominant side out west in the NBL 1 last week. Stoppage in the game here with the foul. And now Sydney in the bonus as well.
Heads up when it comes to finals.
It's really great to see the confidence of the younger players on the Perth team coming in. They don't look necessarily out of place. And it shows that their teammates and their coaches have put a lot of faith in them and have told them to go out there and give it their all. Because it's really hard coming in as someone that hasn't played a lot. And you don't want to make a mistake. You know that you're going into finals in this game. It doesn't mean a whole lot, but you still want to perform your best, and you are nervous to make a mistake. So it's really good to see the way that they're performing right now.
Of course, approaching an NBL 1 season for a lot of these players, or who knows, in a postseason series when a matchup might present and your number's called, you want to be ready, you want to be feeling good. A few of the Perth players will be after this. McDowell White around and out. Of course, mid-season addition to this Sydney team to replace Olivia Apupa. Maddie Norris hits that one for 3. Sutherland Shark in the NBL 1 East. A really career-high game a couple of weeks ago, shooting the ball really well for a big. And Alira Fotu's pulled off the wedgie. And that thing's proper stuck. Someone get a broom handle stat. Doing.
It's a nice take. Unfortunate it's ended this way.
I mean, it's almost harder to do than making the field goal.
If you tried to do that.
If you give me 10 attempts at that, I'm not doing that. I might make a 1 out of 10 in terms of making the shot, though. There is the Fotu family. Devondrick Walker giving some love to his young charge. Scafidi with a couple more. 8 points. In fact, make it 10 now, so double figures, having not scored in 10 appearances before this. And Agnes Eminopu just continues to tick that scoreboard over. She's up to 22 at the other end. Just continues to rise up the rankings in my personal favourite players notebook, Laurie. Another one will fall for Norris. It's a high-octane end to this third term.
All of a sudden, the floodgates have opened. And
all of a sudden, it's a single-figure game.
Exactly.
Where has this come from? Perth led by 20 earlier in the term, 60 to 40. That one won't fall for Norris. 33 points in this term for the Flames. That is the most they have scored in any quarter this season. Perth at the other end with 24. Defensive play now for Eminobu, doing a little bit of everything. Teams up with Thompson there to stop Amy Atwell. Just about within her rights to pull up in transition as well. Nicholson for 3. Maley with the rebound. That is 7, 13, 7 and 10.
Come on, Maley.
I think it's more come on Ryan Petrick and give her the minutes here in this final term. Come on, Ryan. Get it done. Civittoni is fouled. Because I don't think the rebounds are in question in terms of her ability to get them.
No.
It's only, is she on the floor for long enough to go and get them?
Well, that was what happened the other game when she had, I think, was at 22 and talking about beating Rachel Sporn's all-time record, and then he subbed her off.
I feel like Rash might have made a phone call. Having said that, if anyone was ever going to, it is not Rachel Sporn. One of the best people in basketball. Couple fall, so back to that double-figure margin here for the Lynx, but it's been a great term for the Flames. Can they finish it off here? McDowell White for 3, won't fall. So we don't get that third buzzer beater of this game. But the Flames have made this one interesting down the stretch. They had it back to single figures. The margin's 11 as we turn for home. The Lynx 78, the Flames 67. Final quarter is next.
12 seconds. Oh, this could be the one. Oh no. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, sorry, girls. Hey, give a big round of applause. I'm lucky this time. Well, we might get you next time for the non-stop resources jigsaw puzzle challenge. Well done, Maya and Bella. Hey, you're going to represent this one. All right, last quarter, we get these out. Once you get your cameras out, get the photo line happen. Get on your feet for the third quarter. Camera lights out. We get a wave. Everybody on your feet. Wave this one. Come on, let's get it on. Let's go like this. We're going to go like this. Get along to the music. Want to see everyone be on your feet. Wave it. Your flashlight. There we go. Everyone, come on. This is the last quarter. Final game of the regular season. Keep it going, everyone. Every one of you, get them out. Wave along. Keep it going. There we go. Keep it going, everyone.
11-point lead for the Perth Lynx with a quarter to play. Agnes Eminopu's done her level best. A career night with 22 points. Maddie Norris making an impact as well. The Flames scored a season-high 33 points in that third term. Big crowd in here at the Perth HBC, which we absolutely love to see. And the joint will be rocking in a couple of weeks when finals roll around. This time next week, it'll be right on our doorstep. And the Perth Lynx will be a big part of the postseason. Joel Peterson, Laurie Chiswick, Rachel Brewster with you here as we start this final term. It's the Flames who will get us going on the offensive end. We'll check in with Sean Redditch in just a moment. Keely Froling tees up a three. That one falls short. Rebound to Han Shu. Sean, what did you hear at three-quarter time?
Yeah, well, there was a lot of positive energy coming from the Sydney huddle as we see Amy Atwell knocked down one of her clutch threes. They really want to just keep it simple. They feel like they have an advantage in transition with the bigs. They want them to run, feel like the Lynx girls are getting tired in the bigs department as we see another turnover here. So good start here for the Lynx, but a lot of positive energy. They really want to finish the season out on a high here.
Sean, I'm going to start with you here. Do we see a triple-double from Annalie Maley?
Well, she's back at her probably preferred 4 spot, so as long as she gets the minutes, as I said, I'll be doing my best to see if I can get Ryan to keep her in a little bit longer for you guys.
Just have a quiet word. Thank you. Rach, do we see a triple-double from Annalie here?
Yes, I think so.
Laurie?
Oh, I think so. I hope so.
Yeah, we're Barrett.
And we've got Sean on it with Ryan, so I'm liking our chances.
She can get 3 rebounds in 1 possession. So.
Yes, that's true. That is true. She'll probably get the defensive rebound and a couple of offensive boards and finish it off and then take a seat and her night will be done. Jan 25 of last year, the last time that we had a triple-double in the WNBL. That was Jade Melbourne with 15, 10 and 10. McDowell White from the corner, can't hit that. Got awfully close to that rebound there, Annalie Maley. Atwell's going to jack this one. Rebound almost evaded everyone. 16-point lead to the Lynx. They've led by as many as 20. 21, their biggest lead of the game. The Flames have not led in the contest. They got it back in that opening term pretty close. And Agnes Eminopu is putting on a show. She's got a game-high 24 points.
Just loving her aggression, getting to the basket, finishing through contact.
That's what happens when you win the defensive player for your team. You come out, you score the following week.
Maley for 3. Annalie Maley is absolutely on one. Have a look at the stat line. 16, 10 and 7. Now Scafidi with the steal. Maley wanted to lay it home, got the rebound and put it back in.
That counts, doesn't it?
It's a little bit of a face palm. It's a little bit of a stat pad. You get a bit of everything with Annalie Maley. Lynx up by 19. And a warm embrace as she makes her way to the bench. It's not necessarily how I thought she'd get an offensive rebound, but she's now within 2 rebounds of a triple-double.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. And props to her teammate for letting her get the rebound.
Yes, absolutely. 88-69, the Perth Lynx, shooting at 40% from three-point as well. So 10 of 25 from outside, 18 of 20 from the line, 48% from the field. The 11 turnovers probably wouldn't exactly thrill Ryan Petrick, but most of the numbers look pretty good in this one, Laurie.
Well, I think that, that turnover count of 11 is okay. They average 13 across the course of the season.
Especially with the pace they play at as well.
And plus the fact that there's some, bench players that haven't played regular minutes, so you can expect a few then, but really, really good.
So here's the Amy replay. Alex Chippertoni kicking it out. Beautiful ball movement. Annalie Maley splashing in the 3. 18 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists. The grins and the embrace of Ali Wilson as she headed to the bench, having blown the layup, dropped the offensive rebound at her feet and put it back in. By hook or by crook, it feels like she's going to have the first triple-double in more than a year in the WNBL. She's flirted with them before. She's doing more than that tonight. These are some serious overtures from Annalie Maley. Agnes Semenopu's put together a game of significant metal at the other end as well. It's Maley this time with the steal. Chippertoni all the way. That won't drop. Scafidi continues to get some really significant minutes in this one. So Ryan Petrick with the 10 points, as we talked about how important that confidence is. She's certainly taking that into the postseason. Of course, the postseason is just around the corner, only a week away. Tickets still available to postseason games. Scan that QR code on screen for the fixture and all the ticketing details. The latest news, head to WNBL.com.au. Find a game near you and get your tickets. Doubleheader tomorrow, Adelaide Southside, Townsville Bendigo. And then 2 big semi-final series leading into our grand final. There's Steph Gorman, Ali Wilson, both not featuring for the Lynx this afternoon. So bench technical was the call on the Flames, hence why Alex Chippertoni's got the extra free throw there. It's all 3. Just getting word that Keely Froling was assessed for technical on the bench. To be fair, that checks out. Can't shoot, pulls down the rebounds. We spoke about it earlier, the energy that they and the passion that they play the game with. The Froling sisters, you've got to love it.
To be fair, it doesn't take much to get a bench tech these days.
Yes. Yes. Some wild scenes in the NBL earlier today as well with Illawarra Hawks, of course, where the Froling boys play in Harry and Sam, and QJ Peterson getting ejected from the game and then almost breaking a door on the way off the court. So it's been not quite the reception he wanted as Shanice Swain scurries inside and lays that one home.
Well, Shanice Swain had a little bit of foul trouble in that first half, and we haven't seen a whole lot of her, so it's good to see her back on track and scoring the way we know that she can. 3 of 11 for Shanice Swain today. It's been a pretty rocky season for her, coming off the highs of last year, the training camp invite to the WNBA. She had an injury-interrupted start to this season, Laurie, and it just feels like Shanice Swain never really got that momentum into her campaign. Yeah, I agree, Joel. I think that, what she needs, but there's a bit of an uncharacteristic turnover from Chippa, but we can see Swain taking it all the way to the basket. But I think her challenge is to stay injury-free, to have a good preseason, to really lock in a real solid consecutive games in a row, seasons in a row, to really reach her potential. We've seen flashes of it, but just not consistently.
And I mean, you even see on that fast break layup there, she made that look so easy. And like, that's not a 10 degree of difficulty shot, but it's not an easy move that she just made, and it just looks so smooth and so comfortable. She is a highly, highly talented player. Meanwhile, on the offensive end, Ryan Petrick's taken Annalie Maley out of the game just quietly.
I just noticed that, not happy.
Here's Swain again, blocked by Chippa this time. Great defensive play from Chippa. 2 rebounds away from a triple-double, Annalie Maley. Fotu from the corner. 2 bounces on the top of the backboard before that one lands back in play. That's pretty hard to do. Alira Fotu's doing things the unconventional way tonight. She's had a couple of little sort of flat runners across the lane. She had the wedgie in the 3rd term, and then the 2 bouncer off the top of the backboard there. There's the family sitting courtside. Sam applying some analysis to the game. May well be. Sydney 1 foul away from the bonus, from the penalty, I should say. Kiara Waite coming back into the game. Renee Garlop in conversation with the referees on the Sydney sideline. Ryan Morris misses the free throw.
Maya Morris coming into the starting lineup with Ali Wilson being rested. She's done a really great job of, she's such a good role player. Whenever she steps on the floor, you know what you're going to get from her. But so far this game, she's got 8 points, 11 rebounds. And so she's really played her part.
Couple of assists, couple of blocks. Now Shanae Swain's just starting to break out. Had 20 points last time these two met. She's up to 13, having had a quiet first half to the point of being almost unseen. And there's that shot from Fotu again. Don't call that an accident. That is very much more than that, as Chippa gets the steal and the bucket. Almost another turnover there from the Flames. And these are the kind of things Perth can do. Swain now outside, Can from the corner. That one doesn't fall. $19-point lead to the Lynx. Going to, once again, go past that 100-point barrier. That one even had the degree of difficulty ranged up a little bit too high for Alira Fotu. Swain putting the moves on. Waite the rebounds. Past the 100 3 times this season, a best of 111, coming against the Flyers when they absolutely smacked them a couple of weeks ago by 32. And look who's standing at the scorer's bench for Perth.
Oh, there's a great steal by Chippa.
Takeaway and the easy layup. Timeout, Sydney. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. And Perth have got it out to an equal game-high 21-point lead. Here's the steal that Alex Chippa generated a couple of moments ago that led to the bucket off the Fotu make. And then playing the passing lanes perfectly here as well.
She does that so well. She looks like she's not in a position to steal it, but she knows exactly that there's going to be a ball reversal from the top of the key, and if she can get her hands on it, that is an automatic layup.
So good in that part of the game on the break and in transition. And now, I was about to say Annalie Maley is going to be rolled out there with the bench unit. And Ryan Petrick, not a man for theatre, not a man to barrack for the narrative. It's all business, it's all serious. He will not put his star back into the game on the precipice of a triple-double. If I was sending Ryan Petrick a text right now, it'd be what's written on the back of his shirt. Mate, full stop. That'd be the text. What are you doing? 21-point lead to Perth. Sean Redditch, clearly your little conversation with Ryan Petrick didn't work.
Well, look, he's all business, but the assistant coaches, Andrew Cooper, looked at me a little bit earlier in this fourth quarter, said 2 for Annalie Maley. I thought she was coming in. I don't know what happened. I'll try and find the bottom of it. On the other side, Sydney, I listened into their huddle. They just want to keep pushing the ball, see if they can make a game of this, finish their season on a high.
Sean, what have you liked about listening into Renee Garlip's huddles tonight? Like, what stands out to you up close and personal with her?
Oh, she's really calm. She's in there. The girls are listening. Whenever she says something, they put it into play. I think one of the biggest things was getting to that third side. You can see they come out there. They put it into practice. I think, you know, a healthy Sydney with all their players, as we see another 3, I think they're going to be a team to reckon with next year if they can keep this core group and add a few more players to make them a strong team in this competition.
That's 27 for Eminopu. And Sean, did you teach Alira Fotu that little flat hook shot on the run?
I would like to take credit for it, but, you know, I actually coach her brother, Sonny Fotu. He's got a pretty good floater, but, you know, Alira Fotu, it's great to see her. The other one that's had a great game is Kafidi as well. I spoke to the Lynx assistant coach, Devondrick Walker, before the game, and he was saying, you know, I hope that she gets a lot of run because she's been working really hard. And you see these players, they put in all that time through the season, maybe not get a lot of court time. It's great to see her doing well tonight.
Yeah, it's a great shout. 10 points for Jais Kafidi as Kiara Waite knocks that one in. So they're all getting in on the act. Morris has got a double-double of 11-11. Waite's hit 2 threes. She's got 6 and 5s. Kafidi's got 10. Fotu's got 6. Kiana Weir hasn't hit the score sheet as yet, as Eminopu is having an unbelievable night. 27 points for Agnes Eminopu.
The thing that's great about these players, you know, bench players coming in and playing some really valuable minutes today, it's not just being at the very end of the game when there's a minute or 2 left. They've played throughout this whole game, and that's such valuable learning for them.
The only down point tonight for Agnes Eminopu is she's cleaned up our cameraman underneath the basket there. Just making sure that he was okay, which is nice to see. But what a breakout performance this has been. 6 rebounds, 24 points, 25 now for Agnes Eminopu.
Well, I wonder if she signed a 2-year deal with Sydney at the start of this year, or if she's up for out of contract now, and she's just certainly, her value of her stocks has gone up significantly.
3-year deal that they signed her with,
right,
Agnes Eminopu. So I would say that is that's a prudent decision.
Definitely.
She could be in all defensive teams and that kind of conversation by the end of that 3 years as Carla Pittman lays that one home. Making the move from the south to Mount Gambier for the upcoming NBL1 season is Carla Pittman, and she's been another at the back end of this season. The opportunities opened up. Izzy Morgan goes down with injury in the middle part of the season, and she's given them some really good energy in different spots. And clearly someone, a young player, that Renee Garlip has been able to instill some real confidence in. And Annalie Maley's back out there.
Do you think she knows that she needs to?
There is absolutely no chance that she doesn't know. According to our stats, she's got 18, 9, and 10.
Oh, 9 now.
So 18, 9, and 10 is what we think she's working with.
She needs 1 rebound.
She needs 1 rebound for the first triple-double in more than a year, and we've got 2 minutes to play, and she averages 14 on the season. I've got a feeling there's a good chance. She almost pulled that one down. Called for the foul on Thompson. I wonder whether Ryan Petrick said to her, you've got X amount of time. Go out and get it, and then take a seat next to me.
Well, both teams have done a pretty good job at keeping the game clean. You know, at about the 4-minute mark, they called a timeout. There was a time where it could have gone south and got really scrappy, which I think was the best decision to take Maley out. But it hasn't gone that way, which has been really good.
11, 7, and 2 now for Unique Thompson, who's put together another really solid performance. Quirgaio into the game now for Perth as well. There with Waite, Scafidi, and Weir, as well as Maley. Guy and Weir, the only two Lynx players not to have hit the score sheet in the game thus far. Scafidi with another three, and Thompson blocks that one. Swain coming downhill. Misses. Annalyn Maley with the rebounds.
We're up.
18, 10 and 10 for the first triple-double of her career, and the first in this competition since Jade Melbourne over a year ago. Finish it off with a bucket. She might finish it off with an assist.
Doesn't matter. Ryan Petrick came to the party and put her back on.
Good on you, Ryan. He's a man for theatre after all. Scafidi's fouled Shanice Swain. Annalyn Maley looks at the bench, sees Alira Fotu standing there thinking, is that for me? Indeed it is. Go out and get it. You've got a minute to do your work, Annalyn. And she got it done. The first triple-double of her career. 18, 10 and 10. It looked like a long time coming tonight.
You could just see Ryan Petrick sort of grinning and shaking his head. Look at him talking there. He's happy for her. We can now say he loves the theatre.
Old Broadway Petrick walking up and down the sideline for the Perth Lynx. .103.89 with a minute to play. 18, 10 and 10 for Annalyn Maley. A double-double for Morris. A career night for Agnes Eminopu. Earlier tonight, it was the Caps who beat Geelong to secure 5th place. Beautiful move from Swain. She is so silky. 105.91. Tomorrow a doubleheader, Adelaide Southside, Townsville and Bendigo to close out the regular season. And one on another one for Jaya Scafidi. 13 points, the first 13 points of her career. 11th game in the WNBL. She's got all 13 of her points in this ball game.
Well, for a game that really had no impact on any, there's been so many great storylines in this game.
One more three-pointer here, they get their equal highest score of the season. Fotu goes to the floor. That's not to be for the Lynx. But they will head into the postseason chock full of confidence. Eminopu draws the foul on the layup. Agnes will head to the line. 28 points to her name after the make. Swain's got 18. The bulk of those have come here in the second half. This has been some kind of performance from Agnes Eminopu tonight. This should not be overlooked, what she's done. 28 points, 7 rebounds and a block. Almost a 30-piece on the offensive rebounds. And the Perth Lynx head into the postseason absolutely brimming with confidence. An offensive showcase, their 3rd highest score of the season. A triple-double for Annalyn Maley. Jaya Scafidi, a feel-good story. A double-double for Yamaya Morris. They got everything they needed tonight, the Lynx. They'll head into a 2v3 showdown with Bendigo. And wow, how exciting is that going to be?
Well, and more importantly, most importantly is everybody came through that game unscathed, feeling good about themselves. Great team chemistry, and that will really set them up well for that all-important clash with Bendigo.
Now we'll go into that, Rach, feeling very, very good about themselves.
Yeah, it's just great vibes for the team, and just such a good job from the younger girls. They played majority of the game and still put up 108 points. So they can go into finals with a lot of confidence. No matter what happens, they can go deep into their bench and they can all contribute.
6-2 and 3 for Fotu, 8-5 for Waite. Weir played her part tonight despite being one of only 2 Flames that didn't score. Chimatoni has 16, Morris 11, Atwell 22 to lead all scorers. That's the quietest scoring leader game you'll see in a long time. And Amy Atwell still getting it done. And the Perth Lynx take care of business against the Sydney Flames, who showed some fight tonight at various stages, as you'd expect, as we've come to expect from them over the back end of the season. So this team with Renee Garlip at the helm for another 2 years, with the likes of Agnes Eminopu under lock and key for a couple of those seasons. There is a lot to like about what they are building in Sydney as well. The star of the show tonight, Annalie Maley, first career triple-double. She is with Sean Redditch.
Well, MVP of the game, first career triple-double. I saw that little smile there at the end after you knew you needed that one more rebound, didn't you?
Yeah, who knew it was going to be the rebound is the one thing that I needed. That's crazy. No, but I knew I needed one more, and I like, obviously we were out of the game and I didn't want to hurt myself, so just one more rebound was okay.
Well, I love that the coaches knew. I saw Andrew Cooper, he said, she only needs one more. I said, yeah, I confirmed it, one more. Great win for you guys. You know, it's always good to get that win leading into the finals. How important was it for you?
So important, but also we had like 3 really key players out. No Steph, no Ali, no Tegan, right? And then we had Jaya step up, Alira step up, Maya came in and played more minutes than she usually does. And that just, like, what it does is it adds confidence to the girls that they know they can step in and play a vital role. And, like, they've been doing that to us at training all year.
And we've seen, yeah, I mean, we've seen you most of the year, you're in that 4 spot, you know, with Hanju. They moved you to the 3. How did you enjoy playing the 3 spot tonight?
It's almost exactly the same for me, if I'm being honest. Like, even when I'm playing the 4, I'm in a stretch 4 position. So the best part about Ryan's offense is it's mostly positionless. But yeah, like, come on, it makes it easy when I'm passing the ball to Amy, who doesn't miss, and Han and Maya, who, like, have the best hands in the league. So yeah. And how great was it to see those young players? Jaya comes in, scores 13 points, hadn't scored in the WNBL before. You know, I spoke to your assistant coach, Devondrick, before the game. He was saying, I hope she's been going so hard in training, she worked so hard. How important is for those players to get that momentum and get that confidence? Well, first of all, like I said, Jaya, Alira, and KJ, they've been doing that stuff to us at training all year. Like, none of us are surprised by the fact that Jaya has 13 points. None of us are surprised by the fact that Fotu is beating people downhill. You know, like, I think that they have just, like, stepped up to the plate. Like, they're going against us hard every day, and I think that that's a testament to, like, all the young kids, DPs, girls that aren't getting to play in the league right now. Like, they're all great players. Like, they might not get to play all year, but when they get the opportunity, they're just as good, and that's the strength of our league, really.
And you're coming into the finals. You get to another week home with your dogs. How excited are you to be, you rest up and get ready for the finals? Yeah,
look, it's just me and my guy Loki chilling at the beach most days. So, no, I'm really happy we get a home finals. Yeah, like, we've worked really hard all season. I can't believe it's the end of regular season. Like, that went so fast. I can't actually believe that. But yeah, really just proud of our girls and our fan base as well. Like, we have such a great fan base out here in Perth. So yeah, it's pretty special.
Well, it was a good atmosphere. Now, I knew it was your first triple-double in the WNBL. I got the very first stat sheet that came out of the printer. So this is for you, for your scrapbook. Congratulations. Enjoy the win.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great stuff from Sean Redditch with Annalie Maley. What a performance tonight. There you go, 18, 10 and 10. 2 3-pointers as well. That is quite something. And that's a night that she'll remember for the rest of her career.
Well, it certainly is. And the fact that she knew she just needed one, everybody did. And then Brian Petrick put her on the court, get a rebound, got her off, smile on her face. It just made the game.
Yeah, what a game for Annalie Maley tonight. Of course, she wasn't the only one that stepped up. Jaya Scafidi as well with 13 points. A great night for her in her young WNBL career, and she's with Sean.
Well, only Annalie Maley took the MVP honors from you. I thought you were out. She got a triple-double, but your first score in the WNBL, and you score 13. How'd it feel out there?
It's a pretty cool feeling, like, especially seeing the first one go in and then relaxing into the game a little bit.
Well, your coach, Devondrick Walker, he said how hard you've been working all season. I think that the biggest feeling from the team, just to see your success out there, that's got to give you a lot of confidence.
Yeah, the girls all get around me, and Tuss has been doing a lot of work with me, and it's nice to put it into a game and see it work.
Yeah, you've got big finals coming up. What's the team looking forward to over the next week?
I think just continuing the momentum of the last few weeks. We've been playing really good basketball, so just keeping the vibes and the energy high.
Well, great game tonight. Congrats. Enjoy the win.
Thank you.
Great stuff from Jaya Scafidi as well. 13 points for her tonight. And as we said, Rach, throughout the call, these young players who get the opportunity to step up, to have the confidence to go out there and make the moment theirs is really something.
Yeah, and it's really hard to do. It's really hard to go out there, like I said before, you don't want to make mistakes, but as soon as you see that shot go down, and just the feeling of knowing that you're capable of playing in this league and all the work that you've been putting in is worth it. It's such a great feeling, and then you can take that into your off-season wherever you go with your team, and you've got a little bit more confidence to perform there.
No one happier than Anneli Maley with that performance tonight from J.S. Scafidi. 13 points, 3 of 6 from outside. She'll be heading and doing some really good things in the NBL 1 season with the Coburn Cougars. And just before we go to a break, Laura, I've got a stat for you. Anneli Maley's triple-double tonight comes in under 30 minutes of play. There have been 12 triple-doubles this millennium in the WNBL since 2000. None of them have come in fewer than 30 minutes, apart from tonight from Anneli Maley. 18, 10 and 10. That is the kind of rarefied air that woman is in. A great performance. The Lynx get it done to head into the postseason. We will wrap it all up on the other side of this. Good fun game out in the West to finish off a Saturday double-header. The Perth Lynx get it done by 15 points in the end, 108-93 behind a triple-double for Anneli Maley, a double-double for Yamaya Morris, a double-double for Han Shu, 22 points from Amy Atwell, and withstanding what was in the end 31 points from Agnes Eminopu, having been upgraded in the post-match. Laurie Chuzik, Rachel Brewster to break down our full-time match stats, and it's a pretty set of numbers for the Perth Lynx, Laurie. They couldn't have asked for a lot more out of this one.
Absolutely, especially when you look at the three-point percentage, 40%, 12 of 30, 88% free throws. Probably the only line they could fix up is those turnovers at 17, but that's something that they can really take care of, and it's something that is in their control.
Yeah, we said pre-game you just wanted to get through unscathed, and essentially it was just gravy on the top of that, what they got tonight in terms of their offensive performance and the stats and the milestones along the way. Agnes Eminopu was absolutely outstanding tonight for the Flames, though. She really held her own at the other end.
She was clearly the shining light for Sydney, and it was really impressive to see. We know that she had won the defensive award for her team at the recent awards night, but to see her come out and score the way she did from the perimeter, driving it in aggressively over some tall timber out there, it was really good to see her have that sort of impact on the game.
She really kept the Flames in it, and again, we talked about the confidence that the young players for the Lynx will get, the confidence that someone like Agnes Eminopu takes out of that race is immense.
Yeah, absolutely. And, if you've played with her in the off seasons, you know that she's an all-round threat, but it's great that she's shown that she can compete and can put up a performance like this at this level. I think Sydney has a lot to look forward to in the future. Yeah,
31-8. She's on a 3-year deal, as you mentioned throughout the call, so she's going to be a big part of the future in the Harbour City, no doubt about that. Let's take a look at our second half highlights, especially that period in that third term for the Sydney Flames was very, very profitable indeed. 33 points when they really made a game of it in that third quarter, so their offense got up and running. We've seen them really struggle at certain times offensively this season, Laurie, but they put points up in a hurry in that third term, and Perth found themselves with a real battle heading into the last.
Well, they did, and it was good to see that they didn't just drop their heads at halftime because, they were down by 18. They really came out and had a focus. I thought their ball and player movement was much better in that third quarter, and they shot the ball with confidence. They have nothing to lose, This is the last game of the season, and so they played with a little bit more loosely, a little bit more abandonment, and to them it really helped.
Yep, absolutely. And there's a fair bit for Renee Garlop to work with, but the bevy of weapons that they've got in this Perth team race. So no Ali Wilson, no Tegan Graham, no Steph Gorman, and still they get such an even spread of scoring.
Yeah, it's a really great feeling for them heading into finals, knowing how deep their roster can run and that they can all contribute. So, yeah, I think that they can feel really confident heading into the finals. Yeah,
absolutely. And Annalie Maley with the triple-double. She's got some family in town across the course of the last little while too. So she'll be feeling very, very good about her performance, and rightly so. Let's take a look at our Bunnings Warehouse ladder. So the Perth Lynx, they sew up that second spot. It was all but mathematically impossible, and now it is impossible that they will get past the Bendigo Spirit, or the Bendigo Spirit will get past them. Townsville would have to have a catastrophic loss tomorrow to the Bendigo Spirits. So it'll be Townsville and Southside, Perth and Bendigo in those semi-final series, barring an absolutely bizarre result. Tomorrow's doubleheader, Adelaide and Southside kicks us off. Townsville and Bendigo, 3 of the 4 teams that'll be in the postseason in action tomorrow, Laurie Chiswick.
Well, as you said, there's a very slim mathematical chance, but I'm just going to say no way. Let's call it now. Go do your scouting, coaches, and be prepared for the semi-finals starting next week.
Yes, I think Ryan Petrick will be watching that game with interest tomorrow evening, as will Christy Harrower after her game finishes. What a performance from the Lynx. Triple-double for Annalie Maley. Career best night for Agnes Eminopu. The Lynx roll into the postseason. 15-point winners, 108-93 over the Flames. Look forward to your company tomorrow for a doubleheader, the final day of the WNBL regular season.
Wait,